All right, let's really dig into this. For a while now, the whole talk around AI, it's been mostly about, jobs disappearing, robots taking over, or just this vague idea of something way off in the future. But the source material we're diving into today, the AI Revolution Blueprint, your complete guide to millionaire level success 2025-2030. Well, it basically tells us we need to flip that whole script. We're not talking about something coming down the line. It's here, right now. And it's actually changing the economy, creating these totally unprecedented ways to build wealth. So our mission today, let's cut through all the hype and the fear. We're going to pull out the absolute core strategies, the stuff you can actually do right from this guide. We want to show you how you can tap into this market that's just exploding. And this blueprint, it doesn't hold back. Right at the start, it points out this really stark difference. Most people are stuck asking, is AI going to take my job? Meanwhile, there's this group of really smart entrepreneurs who are quietly using AI automation, and they're pulling in, get this, $50,000 to $200,000 or even more every single month. And the scale, it's huge. The AI market, it's already hit, $69.06 billion just this year, 2025. And it's growing at something like 46%. That's not a prediction.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating here, and the blueprint really hammers this home, is how it positions 2025 as the absolute pivotal year to jump in. It's saying, look, this huge shift, it's not some far-off thing to prep for eventually. It's happening right now. And the window of opportunity is, well, it's immediate. So this deep dive, really, it's like your shortcut. You get to bypass all the maybe someday talk and focus right on where the money is being made right now. It's super pragmatic. Forget hypotheticals. This is about action.
Yeah, that immediacy, I think that's what really grabs you about this source. It just sets the stage perfectly for our first big topic, the AI explosion that's happening right now beyond chatbots. And this is where it gets really, really interesting because AI has changed so fast. It's way beyond the simple chatbots or basic tools a lot of people still think of. We're talking totally new capabilities popping up constantly.
Right. The blueprint highlights this fundamental shift. AI isn't just a tool reacting to prompts anymore. It's becoming autonomous, intelligent. It's not just about doing old things faster. It's about enabling completely new ways to work, to create value. It's a different game.
Okay, so let's start unpacking the agentic AI revolution. This is a core idea that's really a game changer. For ages, we've kind of treated AI like you ask it something and gives you an answer, or you give it one command. Agentic AI.
Yeah.
Totally different. These are systems that can actually reason, they can plan out sweeps, and then just go and do complex tasks without someone holding their hand the whole time. You can honestly think of them like digital employees working 24/7, never get tired. And big companies, they're already using them. The blueprint mentioned JP Chase, huge bank, right? They've got over 100 AI agents deployed, and the result, they slashed their customer service costs by 30%. That's massive, not some tiny experiment.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, what agentic AI really brings is intelligent autonomy into the workflow. It's not just automation, it's smarter automation. So this raises a really important question for basically any business. How do you actually integrate these digital employees effectively? How do you make them profitable? It's more than just giving them one task. It forces you to rethink, how work actually flows, how decisions get made, how you even allocate resources. Think about common headaches like qualifying sales leads, or handling the same customer questions over and over, or even trying to make sense of huge amounts of market data. And agentic AI, it can do those things and it can learn. It gets better over time. That has huge implications for scaling up, for being more agile across pretty much every industry, really. They're not just following orders or figuring out the best way to get the job done.
And then it gets even more kind of mind-blowing when you go from one digital employee to a whole team of them, which leads us right into multi-agent systems taking over. This isn't just separate AI tools doing their own thing. This is teams of AI agents working together, coordinating, replacing entire departments potentially, or handling a whole process from start to finish. The blueprint gives this incredible example. A big telecom company. They cut their customer issue resolution time by, wait for it, 74%. 74, just by using coordinated AI agents. That's not just a little bit better. That's almost 4 times faster. Think about the impact of that across their whole business.
Yeah.
It's like having this workforce that literally never sleeps, never complains, never asks for a raise, and works at, superhuman speed and perfect consistency. It's completely transformative.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here strategically is that it moves beyond just tweaking single tasks. We're talking about fundamentally changing entire complex workflows. Before, you absolutely needed human teams, for those really complicated processes,
Mm.
all the back and forth, the shared understanding needed. Now, these AI agent teams, they can handle that intricate stuff. They collaborate, share info, even correct each other to reach the final goal. The productivity gains are just exponential because the system processes and acts way faster than any human team ever could. So businesses can scale up like never before, make decisions faster, cut operating costs dramatically, things that were just impossible before. It's a huge leap. From simple automation to these interconnected, intelligent workforces, it changes everything about how businesses can scale and operate efficiently.
And while we're on these massive shifts, we absolutely have to talk about the synthetic media goldmine. This is a whole explosion of AI-made videos, music, art, even virtual influencers. And it's not just a gimmick or something futuristic anymore. It's actually generating serious, real money right now. The numbers are pretty telling. The market's at about $4.89 billion now, and the blueprint projects it'll hit $10.42 billion by 2030. That's more than doubling in just a few years, and we're already seeing these wild success stories. Like Hagen. The blueprint points out they went from $1 million to $35 million in annual revenue. In 1 year, just focusing on AI video, that's a huge indicator of how fast this whole area is becoming a major player in content.
And this raises a really critical question, doesn't it? For creators, for marketers, for the entertainment industry. What does this actually mean for how content gets made and consumed? The tech behind it, the stuff that lets you create so much so fast, it's revolutionary because it just bypasses all the old bottlenecks. You don't necessarily need fancy studios, big crews, actors, complex editing suites anymore. Not for a lot of engaging content. It basically democratizes content creation massively. Individuals, small teams, tiny startups, they can now produce really high-quality stuff at a volume and speed that used to be only for the big media companies. It's not just making things faster, it's making it accessible. It opens up totally new ways for independent creators to reach audiences and make money.
Okay, so we've seen how powerful AI is becoming, how fast it's moving. But now the big question, the one everyone's thinking, the million-dollar question, literally. So what does this mean for me? Right, let's get into the actual strategies. The exact blueprints that the source claims are making people AI millionaires as we speak. This is where the potential turns into, practical steps to making money. First up, AI agent empire building. The market opportunity here is just wild. The AI agent market, currently $1.56 billion. The blueprint projects, it'll rocket to $69.06 billion by 2032. That's massive growth. So the blueprint here is pretty straightforward, but powerful. You build and sell custom AI agents specifically for businesses. Remember that JP Morgan example? Slashing costs by 30%. That's the kind of value you're selling. So for building these custom agents, the blueprint says you can charge like $5,000 to $50,000 up front. And here's the kicker, the really smart part. The recurring revenue, an extra $500 to $5,000 every month for maintenance, updates, keeping it running smoothly. Let's make that real. Blueprint example, you build an AI agent for a small business. It handles their basic customer support, qualifies leads, answers FAQs, routes tricky questions to humans, maybe even books appointments, all automated. That's small business. They'd be thrilled to save costs and have 24/7 support. So they might pay you, say, $2,000 to $10,000 up front for the setup, and then they pay you $500 to $2,000 a month every month to keep that agent working perfectly. Now, do the math. The blueprint points out if you get just 10 clients like that, you're already looking at $5,000 to $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That's a solid, predictable income from a relatively small client base.
Yeah, and this brings up a really crucial question. How do you actually find those specific pain points in a business that an AI agent can solve best? Because the value proposition, as the blueprint lays out, is super strong for the business. We're talking real cost savings, way better efficiency, working around the clock without human costs like benefits or breaks. And that recurring revenue model, it's gold. Not just for your stable income, but it makes you indispensable to the client. You're not a one-off vendor. You're like part of their operations. Businesses are actively looking for this stuff. They'll pay premium prices for solutions that directly boost their bottom line, make things run smoother, improve customer experience. And custom AI agents, they deliver exactly that. Think about businesses drowning in emails, or struggling to follow up with leads consistently, or needing to automate pulling data from invoices. Those are perfect candidates where an AI agent shows immediate, measurable results.
Okay, strategy number 2, straight from the blueprint, building a synthetic media content empire. Now, this is interesting. The blueprint confirms something really important. Platforms like YouTube, they allow AI-generated content. As long as it's not just, spammy or repetitive, that opens up a huge playground. And the synthetic media market itself, growing steadily at over 13% a year. So the opportunity keeps expanding. The blueprint here is basically create these faceless YouTube channels. Use AI voices, AI scripts, AI visuals. You don't have to be on camera. And the potential earnings. The blueprint says top creators in this space are making $10,000 to $100,000 a month, or even more, mostly from YouTube ads, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, the usual monetization routes. And the blueprint gets specific on the tools. It names HeyGen for the AI avatars, making them look realistic. 11 labs for the voices getting that natural human-sounding audio. And Pictory for putting the videos together quickly. It's like a ready-made toolkit. It lets anyone become almost like a mini media company, pumping out professional content without showing their face. That's a big hurdle to remove for a lot of people. And there's proof it works. The blueprint mentions one creator who made $36,000 in 1 month, March, just using AI-powered affiliate marketing through one of these faceless channels. That's wow. Especially considering how low the starting cost can be compared to old-school video production.
Yeah, what's really fascinating there is how these AI tools let individuals basically compete with, sometimes even outperform, big media companies in terms of sheer output and consistency. The scalability AI offers, it means one person can potentially run multiple channels or just flood one channel with high-quality content. It really levels the playing field. It's not about having a huge team or a fancy studio anymore. It's about how well you can direct the AI. So it's not just faster content, it's content at a scale with a consistency and a professional look that can grab huge audiences and unlock different ways to make money. The blueprint really stresses how AI removes those old barriers, letting a solo person build something that used to need a whole crew and lots of cash.
All right, building on that automation idea, strategy number 3 from the blueprint, launching multi-agent automation services. This feels like the next level, really. The future of automating businesses. You're not just selling a simple chatbot or one tool. You're selling basically entire AI workforces, integrated systems, and businesses are adopting this. The blueprint data shows 27% of enterprises already have AI agents working for them. Another 31% are starting pilot projects, proof of concepts. So that's almost 60% of big companies already using or actively exploring these complex multi-agent setups. The demand is clearly there, so the opportunity for you. Specialize in building these advanced systems that handle complicated end-to-end processes. Imagine, like the blueprint describes, an AI system with different agents working together. One pulls data from documents, another checks and validates it, a third handles communications or alerts. All seamless, automating a workflow that used to need a whole human team. And for these kinds of deep, transformative solutions, the blueprint says the pricing reflects the value. $10,000 to $100,000 for the initial build and setup, plus a solid $2,000 to $10,000 a month for keeping it running, optimizing it, supporting it. It really shows that shift towards selling integrated, high-impact AI solutions, not just isolated tools.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, this strategy isn't just about making one task more efficient. It's about fundamentally changing how entire departments or core business operations work. The complexity involved, right? Designing, integrating, making sure all these specialized AI agents work together perfectly for a start-to-finish process. That's why these services command such high prices. Businesses aren't just looking for tiny improvements anymore. They want complete solutions that can revolutionize core functions. Big gains in efficiency, accuracy, speed across whole divisions. This is where knowing how to build these interconnected AI ecosystems becomes incredibly valuable. You're giving businesses a massive strategic edge. Much more than just simple automation. You're enabling, like a truly automated enterprise.
Okay, strategy number 4 in the blueprint, AI-powered affiliate marketing. Now, the blueprint makes a pretty bold claim here. It basically says traditional affiliate marketing, the way most people know it, it's dead. And AI-powered affiliate marketing is the new goldmine. The core idea is using AI for everything, creating super detailed product review websites, automating personalized email campaigns, generating tailored content, but doing it all at massive scale. You're not manually writing hundreds of reviews or crafting every single email. AI does the heavy lifting. The blueprint even mentions one person aiming for $1,500 a month just from AI-generated affiliate content. So it shows the potential is real and achievable. And again, the blueprint gives you the tool stack, the winning formula. It suggests ChatGPT for pumping out the content reviews, emails, whatever. Surf for SEO to make sure that content actually ranks well in Google so people find it. And ConvertKit to automate the whole email side, from capturing leads to nurturing them towards a sale. And a really smart tip from the blueprint: focus on creating review sites for AI tools themselves. It calls this a huge growing market that's still kind of underserved, a big opportunity for people getting in early. This strategy really leans into that idea of setting up smart systems that work for you, basically generating passive income, making money while you sleep, right?
Yeah, and this raises a really important question, doesn't it? How does AI's incredible ability to chew through market data, understand user behavior, how does that give you an almost unfair advantage in affiliate marketing? Because with AI, you can quickly spot which products are hot, understand why people like them,
and then tailor your content with a level of precision and relevance that was just impossible before. It massively improves your targeting. It makes the user experience way more personalized. And you can just create so much more content. It makes AI-powered affiliate marketing way more efficient, way more effective, and way more scalable than the old way. You're moving from guesswork to data-driven, optimized campaigns that can just scale up massively. Huge competitive edge.
Okay, finally, strategy number 5, the AI consultancy goldmine. This one, according to the blueprint, really taps into the huge amounts of money big companies are now throwing at AI. The blueprint says enterprises are dedicating 18% of their entire digital budget just to AI in 2025. That creates this massive immediate need for people who actually understand this stuff. So your role, you position yourself as the expert, the guide, the one who helps businesses navigate this whole AI revolution, not just adopt it, but do it smartly, profitably. You're selling strategy and implementation, not just software. And the pricing reflects that high value. The blueprint breaks it down. For strategy sessions, think $200 to $500 an hour. For actually implementing projects, maybe $5,000 to $50,000 per project. And then for ongoing help, optimization, keeping things running smoothly, you can set up monthly retainers, $2,000 to $10,000 a month. Your expertise covers things like developing the right AI strategy, designing those complex multi-agent systems we talked about, implementing automation, and crucially, making sure they actually get a good return on their investment, optimizing the ROI. It really highlights how much value companies place on good strategic advice right now.
And what's really fascinating here is just the gap, right? The demand for people who understand AI and can guide businesses is just exploding. But the supply of actual experts hasn't caught up yet. That imbalance creates this huge premium for expertise. Businesses, especially the big ones, are willing to pay top dollar for AI consulting because, well, it's complex stuff. Things are changing incredibly fast, so their internal teams can't always keep up. And most importantly, the potential ROI from doing AI right is massive. They desperately need someone to make sense of it all, design solutions that fit their specific needs, and make sure they're actually getting value from their investment. So this strategy puts you in the position of being this indispensable strategic partner, helping companies not just use AI, but actually win with it, get a real competitive edge.
All right, let's unpack this even more. We've heard the strategies, which sound incredibly powerful, but to actually do them, you need the right tools, right? What are the actual AI tools these millionaires, as the blueprint calls them, are using? Having the plan is great, but you need the digital toolkit. Okay, let's talk new power players. The blueprint spotlights a couple big ones from Google. Gemini 2.5 Flash and Pro. These are Google's latest big AI models. The blueprint calls them advanced thinking models, really sophisticated reasoning. Gemini 2.5 Flash. That one's built for speed and efficiency, so it's great for things like generating lots of content quickly, doing fast data analysis, stuff like that, high volume tasks. Then there's Gemini 2.5 Pro. That's the powerhouse for more complex thinking. So you'd use that for tricky problem solving, deep strategic analysis, situations where you need really nuanced understanding. Both are super powerful, super versatile. You can use them for content, for business analysis, for building those automation workflows we talked about.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't just minor software updates. They're foundational platforms. They're literally enabling entirely new ways of doing business, new revenue streams. Understanding what each does best is key. Flash gives you speed, real-time capability, high throughput. Pro gives you that deep reasoning, unlocks strategic insights, lets you build much more sophisticated automation. They go beyond just processing data. It's a step towards actual intelligent understanding, complex problem solving, doing things autonomously. They're basically the engine behind a lot of the high value strategies we've been discussing, from creating personalized marketing copy to analyzing market trends for consulting clients.
And then there's OpenAI o1 Advanced Reasoning. This is OpenAI's latest, and the blueprint specifically mentions its use of chain of thought reasoning. What does that mean? Basically, the AI shows its work. It breaks down a complex problem into logical steps, kind of like how you'd solve a math problem on paper, makes the answers more transparent, easier to check, and often more accurate. The blueprint says smart entrepreneurs are using o1 for really specialized things: advanced coding, complex math, high-level strategic planning, and, crucially, developing the complex logic needed for those multi-agent systems and sophisticated automations. It's the tool you grab when you need not just an answer, but a really well-reasoned step-by-step solution. And we absolutely have to circle back to Hagen's 35LMM success story, because it's not just about Hagen. It proves that whole synthetic media goldmine strategy is real. Like the blueprint detail, they went from $1 million to $35 million annual revenue in 1 year, just with AI video generation. And their model is super accessible. Subscriptions start at just $24 a month. That just crushes the the barrier to entry for creators and businesses, which creates a huge opportunity for you. You can use tools like HeyGen to make professional AI avatar videos for businesses. Charge them, say, $100 to $500 per video. The blueprint shows how, even with just a few clients, you could scale that up to $10,000 or more in monthly revenue. It's a clear, proven path that's growing fast.
Exactly. These specific tools are powerful because they solve real problems, real bottlenecks in how things used to be done. Hey, Jen, it basically eliminates the need for expensive, time-consuming video shoots, makes pro video accessible to everyone. OpenAI 01 with that chain of thought. It enables the kind of deep problem-solving and strategic thinking that drives major business decisions or builds really complex automation. These aren't just apps, they're foundational. They enable new business models, new efficiencies that just weren't possible before. Understanding their strengths and how they fit the money-making strategies is absolutely critical for success.
Right. So, to give everyone listening a really clear picture of what should be in your digital toolbox, the blueprint lays out a comprehensive tool stack for success. These are the actual tools the AI millionaires are using. For content creation, you want to get good with platforms like ChatGPT, Claude, and Google Gemini 2.5. Use their different strengths for writing, brainstorming, complex tasks. For video generation, the names mentioned are HeyGen, Pictory, and Synthesia. These let you create really compelling visual stuff with AI avatars and automated editing. For realistic voice and audio, 11 Labs and Murph.ai are highlighted. They make incredibly natural-sounding voiceovers. For the automation piece, linking everything together, you need tools like Zapier, N8, and Microsoft Power Automate. They're like the glue connecting different AI tools and business systems. And finally, for analytics and research, Perplexity AI is called out as essential for quickly finding insights and checking out market opportunities. So these aren't abstract ideas. They're concrete tools you can literally go out and start learning and using today to put these strategies into action.
Yeah, and that whole tool stack really hammers home the multi-agent and automation strategies we talked about. It's not about using these tools in isolation. They're designed to work together, right? To form these robust integrated systems like a lead qualification system might use Gemini to understand the query, 11 Labs for a voice response, and Zapier to push the lead into your CRM. So understanding how they connect, how they form these intelligent ecosystems, that's essential for building something scalable and really effective. It's about designing an integrated system, not just using a bunch of separate apps. That's how you get maximum impact.
Okay, so we've got the strategies, we've got the tools. What does all this incredibly powerful info mean for your very next steps right now? Well, the blueprint doesn't just leave you hanging. It actually gives a super precise, actionable 30-day blueprint, a roadmap designed to get you started making serious money with AI. This isn't just theory, it's tactics. Let's break down the first week, days 1 to 7. Foundation phase. Okay, days 1 to 3, the blueprint says. Make a choice. Pick one primary strategy. AI agents, content empire, consulting. Focus is key. Don't try to do everything. Then commit to mastering one core AI tool related to that strategy. Really learn it inside out. Deep skill in one tool beats surface knowledge of many. Then, days 4 to 7. Build your first proof of concept, a PC. It doesn't have to be perfect, just tangible, something that shows value. And crucially, the blueprint stresses. Document everything. Notes, screenshots, results. This isn't just for you. It becomes your social proof, your case studies later on. Super important for getting clients.
And this raises an important question, right? How does actually having a clear proof of concept speed things up when it comes to getting clients and building credibility, especially in a new field like AI? The genius of this quick epoxy approach, according to the blueprint, is that it gets you out of talking abstractly and into showing real value, fast. You build something tangible, even small, document its impact, boom, you can show people what you could do, build trust instantly, and look like someone who gets things done, not just talks theory. It's about that fail fast idea too. Figure out what the market really wants by trying something, rather than spending ages perfecting something nobody needs. That early momentum is critical.
Okay, moving into days 8-21, implementation phase. The blueprint keeps the pace high. Week 2, launch your first service. The advice is start small, start strategic, maybe target local businesses or find relevant online communities. And don't be afraid to price lower initially, maybe $500 to $2,000 for those first projects. The main goal here isn't huge profits yet, it's getting those killer testimonials and building your track record. Then week 3, this is key according to the blueprint. Start automating your service delivery. Use those multi-agent systems we talked about. This is how you scale. It lets you handle way more clients, like 5x or 10x more, without needing 5x or 10x the time and effort.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that emphasis in the blueprint on getting real client work fast, even if it's just to build up testimonials at first. That hands-on approach gives you invaluable feedback straight from the market. You learn what works, what doesn't, what clients actually need. Much better than guessing. And the automation piece at this stage, it's truly transformative. That's what allows you to scale without just working more hours. That's the sign of a high-growth potential business. It shifts you away from just trading time for money towards having a system, a productized service, leveraging AI to work smarter, build the foundation for real growth.
And finally, we hit days 22-30, scaling phase, week 4. Now the blueprint says, go broad, launch multiple revenue streams, maybe add subscription options for your service. Find good affiliate partners for related tools, maybe even create and sell a digital course or guide based on what you've learned. The target the blueprint sets here is ambitious, but it says achievable. Aim for $5,000 to $10,000 in monthly income by the end of month 2. That's incredibly fast growth, showing the potential if you follow the steps.
Exactly. That move to diversify income, build recurring revenue, that's what really successful businesses do, especially in fast-moving markets like AI. And it's only possible because of the foundation you built in week 1 and the automation you set up in weeks 2 and 3. That's what enables this kind of rapid scaling. Trying to manage multiple income streams without those AI systems and automation, you just drown. This is about creating leveraged income where your initial work gets amplified by these smart automated AI systems.
And all this potential, all these steps, it all ties back to what the blueprint calls the millionaire mindset shift. The core message, it's pretty blunt. People who use AI will replace people who don't. It's not about AI taking your job. It's about you partnering with AI so you become irreplaceable. That's a huge mental shift, right? From fear to empowerment. The blueprint is really clear. This AI revolution is creating more opportunities for wealth than maybe any other tech shift in history. It's not about fighting it. It's about embracing it, making it your biggest ally in building wealth.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just about the tech. It's a fundamental shift in what productivity means, what value means in the workforce. That psychological leap, right? To genuinely see AI as an enhancer, a multiplier for your skills, not some scary threat. That's critical. The new must-have skill the blueprint emphasizes isn't just using AI, it's directing AI. Knowing how to orchestrate these powerful tools to achieve big, valuable goals, that mindset lets you break through old limits on what one person can achieve. It redefines what's possible for your own income and maybe even the impact you can have. You become the architect, not just the worker.
Now, here's where it gets really compelling, I think. The blueprint doesn't just stay theoretical. It backs up these strategies with real stories. Real people making real money using these exact methods. This isn't just what if, it's here's proof. Let's look at case study 1, the social media automation king. This person, detailed in the blueprint, built a service automating social media for clients, all powered by AI agents. Think about how much work traditional social media management is, right? Writing every post, scheduling everything, responding to comments. This entrepreneur used AI for a lot of that grunt work, which let them handle multiple clients efficiently, each client paying $350 a month, and they were targeting $2,500 monthly recurring revenue. Achievable, right? Their method, using AI to whip up content ideas, captions, hashtags, even basic visuals, plus automated scheduling and maybe handling initial simple replies. It just shows how one person can manage a decent client load and income by smartly delegating tasks to AI.
Exactly. That case study perfectly shows how AI agents, being modular and scalable, allow for really efficient client management, even if you're just one person. By automating the repetitive, time-sucking tasks, content creation, scheduling, they free up their own valuable time. That means they can focus on higher value stuff, like getting new clients, doing strategy, building relationships. It breaks that old model where more clients just means more hours worked. Instead, you have a system working for you. It allows for way more output, way more clients, without working yourself into the ground. It's classic leverage through technology.
Okay, next up, case study 2. The faceless YouTube empire. This is someone who followed the blueprint's synthetic media strategy, built multiple successful YouTube channels without ever showing their face. They did it using AI voices, AI scripts, AI visuals. Imagine the amount of content you can pump out when you're not tied to filming schedules, sets, lighting, or just the pressure of being on camera constantly. And the blueprint says the top creators doing this. They're pulling in $10,000 to $100,000 a month, or even more. From ads, sponsors, affiliate deals, it's pretty amazing the potential to create so much professional-looking content that people actually watch without the old limitations of needing to be personally visible.
Yet, that case study really drives home the scalability and reach of that model. Using AI for literally everything from the initial idea to the final video, they just leapfrog almost all the traditional hurdles. The cost, the time, the personal I don't want to be on camera thing, so they can churn out high-quality videos consistently on all sorts of topics, build huge audiences fast, and make money in different ways. AI gives them a level of consistency, volume, and polish that would be incredibly hard for a human-only operation. It lets one person or a tiny team genuinely build a content empire.
And finally, let's look at case study 3, the AI consultant. We talked about the strategy. Here's someone doing it successfully, positioning themselves as the go-to expert, charging those premium rates, the numbers again, $500 an hour for strategy, $5,000, $50,000 per project for implementation. And what's driving that demand? Justifying those rates. The blueprint points straight to it. Enterprises putting that massive 18% of their digital budgets into AI this year alone. So there's this huge, urgent, well-funded need for guidance. Someone to help these big companies make sense of it, avoid costly mistakes, and actually get results from their AI spend. The fees reflect the critical value they provide.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating there is that direct link. Huge corporate investment in AI equals exploding demand for expert guidance. It's crystal clear. Companies are spending big, but often they just don't have the deep expertise in-house to implement it well, integrate it properly, or crucially, figure out the right AI strategy for them. The AI consultant fills that gap. They become that essential partner, translating complex tech into real business results. They're not just selling knowledge, they're selling a strategic roadmap that could unlock millions in ROI for the client. That easily justifies the premium fees. You're the indispensable navigator in this complex new world.
So, okay, we've looked at these powerful strategies, seen the real-world proof. What does the AI revolution blueprint tell us about what's next? Where is this all heading? How do we stay positioned for success? The source gives us a peek over the horizon. The numbers are, well, they're stark. And they should make you sit up to 40%. 40% of all work hours across many industries could potentially be automated pretty soon. That's not some sci-fi future. It's coming fast. It will fundamentally change work. But here's the key difference, the point the blueprint makes over and over. While other people are just worrying about AI taking jobs, if you follow these strategies, you'll be the one creating the AI solutions. You'll be profiting from the revolution. It's about completely changing your role from potential victim of automation to active creator and beneficiary. It's a profound shift.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, the ability to effectively direct AI, leverage it, orchestrate it, that's going to be the new literacy for creating wealth in this century, no question. The blueprint even hints at concepts that sound almost futuristic now, but are coming. Things like super agents. AI systems that can manage other complex AI systems autonomously, like managing whole digital departments, going beyond even the multi-agent systems we discussed.
Yeah.
We're also seeing early signs of quantum AI integration, things like Google's Willow chip breakthrough. That hints at AI capabilities accelerating even faster, exponentially, pushing boundaries we can barely imagine now. And the ultimate vision, fully agentic workflows. Systems that could run entire chunks of a business on their own supply chains, customer service, finance with very little human oversight needed.
Wow. That paints a wild but pretty compelling picture of where things could go. The bottom line, as the blueprint puts it so well, is that this incredible AI revolution, it's really just getting started. The winners in this new era, they will absolutely be the ones who learn to direct AI, who partner with it, use it as a tool, not the ones who try to fight it or compete against it. That's a losing battle. Every day you wait. Someone else is out there building their AI empire, using these tools, grabbing their share of this massive market.
And the speed of change, the acceleration of what AI can do, it's relentless.
Yeah.
It means continuous learning isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely essential if you want to stay ahead. The possibilities are expanding so fast. Staying informed, being adaptable, being willing to try new things. That's your ultimate edge in this new economy.
So the AI revolution is happening. With or without you, the fundamental question for you listening right now is, are you going to be actively leading it, shaping it, benefiting from it? Or are you going to be watching from the sidelines while others grab these incredible opportunities?
And maybe this raises one final, really important question to think about. Beyond just the money, the financial gains, how might actually getting involved, actively directing this AI revolution, how might that change you? How might it reshape your own ability to solve problems, boost your creativity, deepen how you think strategically? By working with AI, you might find you become not just wealthier, but fundamentally more capable, more innovative, more ready for whatever comes next in this fast-changing world. It's about evolving yourself too.
So take a moment. Really think about which of these AI strategies we've unpacked today resonates the most with you. The AI Revolution Blueprint is loud and clear about one thing. Act now. The tools are here. The market is absolutely exploding. The opportunities are frankly unlimited. The only question left is, are you ready to claim your piece of this astonishing $69 billion AI goldmine?